Welcome to Crackers and Milk.
This is
Your host,
David.
I'm joined by
Mike.
Jake and Mike.
Come on, I want to be first one of these times.
Okay, I will. Jake has our synopsis for today's episode.
Star Wars
Is
episode.
it really?
Yeah. Surprisingly, yeah, it is
Wow.
Star Wars.
It is Star Wars.
This
Yeah.
is quite
Really?
the season of
Oh,
Star
I didn't know it
Wars.
was about Star Wars.
Episode 8, The
Yes.
Last Jedi.
The greatest movie ever made.
Yeah. It really is beating the Magnificent Ambersons?
No, it
Okay.
never will. That's a great movie. Orson Welles did a great job.
Yeah, shut up. Luke Skywalker's peaceful and solitary existence gets upended when he encounters Rey, a young woman who shows strong signs of the Force. Her desire to learn the ways of the Jedi forces Luke to make a decision that changes their lives forever. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren and General Hux lead the First Order in an all-out assault against Leia and the Resistance for supremacy of the galaxy.
Okay, 2017. Number one, The Last Jedi at 1.33
Hey, it's back at
billion.
number one.
Yes.
Finally.
And then Beauty and the Beast. And then The Fate of the Furious, which is number 8 in that series.
I don't know.
I think so. Despicable Me 3. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Yes.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Good movie.
Wolf Warrior 2. Never heard of that one. 8, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And then Thor, Ragnarok at 9. And then 10, Wonder Woman at $821.8 million they
Yeah,
made for Wonder Woman.
I liked Wonder Woman.
Yeah, 1984 is going to be okay.
Good.
Mike has our money.
Money! All right. So The Last Jedi had a pretty big budget of $317 million.
Holy crud.
Yeah, man, they are. But the opening weekend in the U.S., $220 million.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's all right.
It's
And
decent.
decent.
I knew it was
Total-
number one movie.
overall in the U.S., $620 million. And then worldwide, like I said, $1.33 billion. So $317 million, and the profit of $1.33 billion resulted in a profit of only 420%.
I really wonder what the Rise of Skywalker is going to bring.
We'll see. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Now,
Because there's backlash over this.
is there? Do you feel like that's because it's only a couple months away?
Yeah.
I know.
Does it feel like there's a lot of hype to it? I don't.
I've heard that people are more, because I'll watch people on YouTube and they're not looking forward to it. They're really not looking forward to it because of Kathleen Kennedy. Because and also some of the synopsis of what some people who break down it have broken down that I've noticed. Yeah, they're not big fans of this trilogy, this part of the trilogy, because of Rey's lack of
Awesomeness.
her lack of challenging. She's not supposedly. It's not. They haven't been. Hasn't been challenged. She hasn't gone through this thing to gain force. She already knows, and these are guys who make money off of critiquing these sorts of movies. The nerds of them. So
Nerds.
The Emperor nerds.
yeah.
It'll be interesting
So-
to see what it does make, though.
Oh yeah, totally. Okay, we will talk more about it into this next section. Welcome to Interesting Facts About The Last Jedi, which is a wonderful opportunity for us to talk about a lot of things because The Last Jedi is, I think, in the last 3 movies, like The Force Awakens, Rogue One, and The Last Jedi, it was received terribly. People don't like it very much because there's a lot of mixed feelings with Luke of how he turns out and all that sort of thing. And so there's just a lot to unravel.
Yeah.
So much to unravel on this one. Okay. So in Rogue One, we talked about this in the last podcast where they had a throwaway line that said one of them was hyperspace tracking. And that plays a massive role in the very beginning of this movie that they're doing that.
Exactly. So, watching this the first time, I didn't like it all that much.
Okay, why?
I don't know. It was just...
It's kind of slow, right?
It's kind of slow.
Slow.
It's a little jumpy.
Yeah. It's all over the
But
place.
watching it again the second time, I enjoyed it much more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was interesting. Why didn't they kill off Carrie Fisher at the beginning? Because she had died by the time this movie came out.
Yeah.
And Kylo Ren had the
not kill Carrie Fisher, but
killed
Leia.
And Kylo Ren had the perfect shot.
Yeah.
And he could have killed his mom and dad.
Because his mom started thinking, you don't want to do this.
That's right.
Because it showed in the scene after how strong she was with the Force.
Very strong.
And I also, one of the thoughts that I had with that, it's like, with a dad, I can kind of see how it's a little bit easier to, like, kill a dad. I know this is bad. This is really bad. But...
It's a man.
Well, watch out, Mr. Burgess.
No, Dad. I love it. Because, like, there's so much more resentment. And, you can have a lot more resentment for Dad than you'd have for Mom. You can have a lot of resentment for Mom, but it's like it's tough. It's Ma.
I think it depends on the situation.
Very much so. And in that situation, Ma was a lot more powerful than Dad. Mom was a lot more powerful. And it's like, you can't kill Ma. You just can't kill Mom.
Yeah.
Because he questioned it. Like, he kind of questioned it, killing Han a little bit.
Yeah.
But he questioned it a lot with Mom.
Do you think he was questioning it because he just threw a big tantrum in the elevator?
Oh, my God.
Smashing his helmet.
Smashing it up.
And he realized, wait a second, I'm an adult.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because I think Snook really said it right, where it's like, here's the boy.
Yeah.
A boy in a silly mask.
So he manipulated him to be...
Oh, yeah.
Evil.
But, and, like, at the same time, like, was Snook also saying, like, you have too much of your father in you, a lot of your father's heart? And it's true. Like, Ben, he's bad, but at the same time, like...
Yeah.
He's not that bad. Like we've talked about, he's not a fearful character. He's not a fearful. You're not afraid of him being a bad dude because he's going to throw a tantrum.
I'm just now thinking of this. Yes, his dad is comedic and enjoyable figure. And if he's coming from those two, I can see now if Leia is as powerful as she is in the Force, then yes, that's where he's get his power. And yes, if he's still a kid, I mean, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben is Han is a pretty kid kind of character.
And, like I understand that Leia is strong with the Force, very strong with the Force, but also like because we talked about how Han is a Force feeler, where you have the combination of both. Yeah, believed to be a Force feeler. He was like, because Bennett or Kylo Ren is half and half.
Yeah.
Of those two, Like, I can see where it's like he took some from his mom. Definitely some from his mom, but he also took some from his dad, where it's the combination of the both. Where he shouldn't be, he isn't
I think
as
that's
powerful.
those are deep thoughts.
Yeah, those are. Yeah.
But
So?
I don't think it has a lot to do with this movie.
Oh, man. Well, I'm not talking a whole lot more anymore.
Oh, Dave, I'm sorry. It
Deep
came out
thoughts, man. Deep thoughts.
Deep
I always
thoughts.
have deep thoughts about
Deep
this.
thoughts.
Well, I think I agree with Dave. We should be talking about that because he's a main character, and I want to understand why he is the way he is. Like, why isn't he Vader? Is what I think it comes down to. Why isn't he? If he's so strong, why isn't he killing people more and being? We should be scared of him.
But I think it goes also back to the theory that you put out in, I think in episode 1, where we talked about, or 3 or something, where Darth Sidious manipulated the cells or metachlorians to make Anakin Skywalker. Possibly. Fan theory. And so he would be off the charts because he's mostly Force.
Yeah.
Force person, right? And so you have that, and then you have half with Luke, half with Leia.
I don't know how the genetics of the Force work. And I think that's what you're getting into.
Yeah, we're just kind of spitballing it. Really, spitballing it. Who cares? Who cares? Just trying to make sure it, like, connects. That's all I'm trying to do. Because to me, it all connects.
Yeah.
What we've been talking about, it's all connecting, man. It's all connecting.
I don't know. What did you think of the beginning of the movie with Poe taking out the cannons on the Dreadnought and then those weird bombers?
I thought, like, Poe really reminds me of Han Solo.
I thought it was funny when, he patches through to General Hux and he's like...
That is funny. And he calls them Hugs. He doesn't call them Hugs. Hugs. He's like, is General Hugs there? And then, Hux gives this big impassioned, "We'll destroy you!" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm still on hold. I can't wait all day.
I can't wait all day." And
I thought that was, like, definitely Poe.
Do you think it was trying to be too funny?
No. I think he was trying to get under his skin.
I think no, I'm talking about the writing.
The writing, yeah.
Not the motivation of the character. The writing.
No, I don't think so. Do you?
I think this movie tried to be a little too funny.
Ooh. Okay, well, so you have that part. What's another part that says that?
John Boyega walking around in the, he wakes up on the operating table and he's, got the Bacta suit on because that's what they kill people in is Bacta fluid. I don't know what it is, but Luke
did it in 2, Empire, right?
Yeah, and then Vader does it in Rogue One.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I got to rewatch that. Okay.
But it was just goofy.
That part was goofy, okay.
Yeah. And
BB-8 getting into the little ATST. ATST, sorry.
All-terrain scout transport.
Okay. Him getting into that was trying to be a little bit funny. Do you think it was?
I think that was trying to be a little funny.
Do you think
John Boyega
Finn calling Chrome Dome?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And I wanted to say, "Oh, dude, that's so wizard."
It is wizard. Bringing it back, baby. Bringing it back, wizard.
So I thought that it just tried a little too hard to be funny.
But why do you think it was because... Why do you think they were trying to do that?
I don't know. I think that I could... Like when Finn's trying to go after Rey.
Yeah.
And Rose, starts talking to him and then zaps him. And she's taking him to the brig to... Yeah. That was funny
In a good sense funny or in a bad sense
but
funny?
they took it too far.
Okay, so
Because the beginning of the movie, they tried so hard to be funny.
Yeah.
And humor has its place in Star Wars.
But not too much of it.
I don't know.
Do you think that was the biggest qualm with you about The Last Jedi? Was they were trying to be too funny?
No, my biggest qualm was how jumpy it was.
Okay. What about with Luke's...
Because it's trying to mirror Empire Strikes Back.
Is it?
Don't all the movies seem like they're mirroring something? It seems like we've had a theme.
So...
No, not the first three.
Empire Strikes Back.
The first three.
Luke goes off to Dagobah to be taught by Yoda.
Yeah.
Rey goes off to whatever planet to be taught by Luke. The Millennium Falcon is chased by the Empire through.
Man, they really hate that ship.
They really do.
They really do hate that ship. Sorry. They hate that ship.
The First Order is chasing the remaining Rebel fleet. The escape from the planet at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to ask.
And then the final battle was just the snow speeders versus the AT-ATs.
Is the guy with the white beard, was he in Strikes Back? Or like in another one? Because like I look at him, I'm like,
what guy with a white beard?
What, like the field commander in Last Jedi? He had a white beard. In The Last Jedi, I don't know.
I don't remember what guy you're talking about, but
he's a battle commander. He has a white beard, and I always want to say he was in the Empire Strikes Back, but I can't place him. I can't say anything.
And I just watched it today, so I don't recall.
Okay.
So, what did you think of Benicio del Toro's character?
I like him for the most part.
Who is that?
That's the guy, the Master Codebreaker.
Oh, the Master Codebreaker.
Not the Master Codebreaker.
The
Codebreaker.
What is he in, though? Like, I've seen him in other things, and he's kind of he's that person.
Sin City.
You probably haven't seen that.
Does he have Tourette's in the movie?
I don't
know.
He
has a stutter.
He has a stutter.
Yeah.
I don't know about Tourette's.
Do you think they wasted the characters of Snoke and Captain Phasma?
Phasma, yeah. Snoke, no, not really.
Did she die? That's the question.
She's not dead.
Why give her the shiny armor?
Is Snoke dead?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
He got cut in half.
Oh, that don't matter. You know that don't matter, man.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
I mean, his hands got cut off.
Yeah.
His body was cut in half.
Severed, yeah.
And
Darth Maul.
Yeah, but it showed him dead.
Darth Maul.
But it showed him dead.
I'm just saying, I don't know.
All I'm saying is,
maybe
J.J. Abrams kept saying, it doesn't really matter who Snoke is.
Okay.
Which
I'll give you that. Because J.J. Abrams said it.
Yeah.
Still.
And then, do you really think that Rey is a child of nobodies?
No.
I think she's a child of Obi-Wan or a Skywalker
Something.
somehow. Like a cousin.
He didn't have any brothers.
Don't matter. He had a stepbrother.
Who died.
Yeah. Hey.
And it didn't show any other,
You don't know.
any cousins of Luke running around.
Hey, you never know, man.
Luke couldn't go to Tossie's station because he had to help with
No.
Wait, do you have a theory on it, Jake?
Wait, you never know. Vader had an enjoyable time after Padme died.
I'm not going to go there. Well, after we're recording, I'll go there. But
I'm just saying, like she's got to be like Obi-Wan's or somebody.
So whose voice did she hear when she had the first
You told
vision?
me it was Obi-Wan's.
It's Obi-Wan. You hear both Ewan McGregor and Alec Guinness in it.
So then how could she be Obi-Wan's when they're supposed to be celibate priests?
That's a thing. George didn't understand the story.
George.
Get your act together,
Duh.
man.
And yet you gave Anakin. He's not a celibate priest.
And that's why he went to the dark side. Gosh.
Oh, my goodness.
Because he found love.
Boy.
Because love leads to the dark side, obviously.
Okay, so in these William Shakespeare Star Wars books, there was one line in it that was kind of funny and maybe a fan theory. Han gets in and he's talking to Rey.
Yeah.
And he's like, she's pretty young. She could be my granddaughter. I'm just kind of asking, like...
And she does know a lot about the Millennium Falcon.
Once she realizes what it is,
Okay.
she doesn't realize it's the Millennium Falcon until
Fair.
Han and Chewie show up.
But wasn't the guy who owned it, wasn't he her, like, master?
Not master, but he worked for her.
She worked for him.
Yeah.
So she would, because she knew it was a hunk of junk.
Yeah.
She said it was a hunky junk.
Just looking at it, did it look like the ship that did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs?
14. No, 12.
Only if we round down.
Yes, you gotta round down.
Sorry, a little solo humor for you.
Oh, so true. Okay.
So,
Wait, do you have a theory, though? That's my question.
sorry, theory about what? I'm lost.
Who her parents are. That's what
I think she's a Kenobi.
Okay.
I think she's a Kenobi.
Who's the mom?
Don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
That's interesting. A Kenobi. Do you think it's going to be like a Vader reveal or no?
But then again, the first original movies were about Skywalkers. The prequels were about the Skywalker.
This is a Rise of Skywalker.
So, more likely she's going to be a Skywalker.
Luke's child?
A little predictable title. Luke's gay, remember?
What?
No, Mark Hamill always thought of him as gay. Didn't you know that? Didn't you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, Mark Hamill always thought
he's not
gay.
the writer, so...
No,
He's not the writer. Well, J.K. Rowling thinks Dumbledore's gay.
That's
so,
true.
You know,
But she's the writer.
She's the writer, but that's what... because everybody thinks Mark Hamill's this wise guy.
But...
you know.
So, in those books that I was talking about in Force Awakens, is introduced a character who becomes Luke Skywalker's wife, Mara Jade.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, right. You told... Yeah.
And who is eventually killed by his nephew.
Ben Solo.
Wait, he's not named Ben in the books, but yeah.
Huh.
And so I can't remember if they had any kids.
Could that be part of the reason he exiled himself to that planet? Is because I know that he was mad that, Ben turned into who he was.
Yeah.
And he thinks it's his fault.
Yeah.
And is that part of the storyline that he also left because after Ben turned into Rilo Ken, or do I say it wrong? Rilo? Right?
Yeah. Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. Rilo Ken is what I was. Yeah, Kylo Ren. So after Luke comes in to kill him and whatever, and blah blah blah, and all that. does he go? Was he married at the time and goes off and kills his wife? Because he killed everybody.
Yeah. Him and a group of other students.
Other students
who become the Knights of Ren.
Yep.
So we only see in that Force vision that Rey has in Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So I hope we see them in the next movie, because we didn't see them in The Last Jedi.
That would be great to see them in there because him taking over for Snoke.
Man, we are having. I'm having
Snooky.
It's all right, right, Ken.
Him taking over, wouldn't that be a great way to be like, okay, these guys are my protectors, like these are the Knights of Ren, and have them having counsel, but it probably won't.
Yeah. Well, I hope they do.
Yeah, you
but
hope.
Just like I hope Rey's a Kenobi, but she's going to be a Skywalker.
Kenobi.
Do you think they'll put Kenobi as a married man?
So,
because you don't know what happened from the end of 3 to the end of 4 with him. He just became old. Older.
Yeah, he aged a lot in 18 years. But watch the Clone Wars.
The TV series?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just watch it, and then watch Rebels. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were gonna talk about following people in light speed.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the hyperspace tracking
Throwaway
line in Rogue One.
Yeah.
People complained so much about how did they track them through, and all of a sudden ships need fuel, and
yeah. Oh yeah, fuel.
It's always showed it. It's always showed it.
Well, I know, but like in all of the other ones, I know fuel has always been important, but it never. It was never for the forefront. Now it's the forefront. It's really weird. They should have been able to explain that a little bit more.
I don't think that they'd ever been in that desperate of a situation.
And why did it take them a lot longer to... Why did it take them a lot longer? Because in 4...
The Death Star got blown up.
Well,
a lot of resources of the Empire went into that.
Well, okay, I get that. I understand that. Okay. But, like, they still were able to track Leia's ship because from Rogue One, they did light speed.
Possibly.
Okay.
Maybe Vader just sent out a bunch of Star Destroyers at possible routes that ship could have taken. And he just happened to be on the ship that found it.
Okay.
Because there's got to be a routing system because you're flying through stars. And I know space is huge, but there's got to be paths.
That's why a droid is always one doing the calculations.
Yeah.
Well, except with Han.
R2 does it.
No.
Sorry. C-3PO talks to the ship's computer.
Oh.
And as we find out in Solo, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, true.
Were we going to talk also about force fields?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, at the end, when they're destroying those transports, and the Admiral turns the ship around.
Admiral Holdo.
Yeah, the pink-haired lady.
Yes.
Who the heck is she? But she turns the ship around and goes at light speed.
I love that part.
Through Snoke's ship.
Yes.
And so I think a physical object has a better chance of breaking through a shield.
Yes.
Than a laser.
Laser beam. Yeah.
But and they also do that in Rogue One because they were having everybody jump to hyperspace, and there was a Star Destroyer that came in and killed a bunch of destroyed a bunch of ships because they ran into them.
They ran right into it.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering though, why aren't the TIE fighters just ramming into things? Why do they keep shooting? And like when they're trying to get away, they're like, "Oh, we'll just follow them until they run out of fuel." They just send a couple of TIE fighters out there and just start ramming them.
No, because they had to. they couldn't protect him.
Yeah.
That's why they
called
him back.
Kylo Ren back. It's because he was out of range of their weapons.
Of their weapons. Yep.
And he could have been killed at any point.
With the her doing that to Snoke's ship. Right? Mm-hmm. Did it also do a lot to the other Star Destroyers behind it?
Yes.
Because I was like, wait a minute.
Damage.
That doesn't make sense. Because of that, it
shot out parts.
Yeah.
And it showed the rest of the Star Destroyers being blasted.
In half, basically.
Yeah.
And then
so she became the hero that she didn't want to be. She just wanted to be the one who held the flame.
It was cool.
Yeah.
I like that part.
That's one of the redeeming parts of The Last Jedi. Like I said, I liked this movie more the second time I watched it.
Yeah.
It's still jumpy. It's still trying to be funny at the beginning. And notice how the humor worked better in the second half when Kylo Ren's like, every gun, shoot at that man.
Yeah.
And it shows him walking out. That's somewhat funny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like with...
when he realizes
goes like this, like with it, like Kylo Ren does his thing, which I get he gets his thing, but like Luke just goes like, oh my gosh. Come on, man. You can't do anything to him.
And he realizes after he's had his battle with him how he's messed up and allowed the resistance to escape.
Yeah. Because of his uncontrollable anger and fits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, and I did like with Luke, where he's like, "See you around, kid."
Yeah,
kind of. You're just like,
because
you got played.
Because he's going to become a Force ghost.
Yeah,
because it shows that in the trailer for the Skywalker movie, the next one. Rise of Skywalker. That's what it is.
The Rise of Skywalker,
and it shows Rey hearing Luke saying, the Force will be with you, or we will be with you. And then you hear Leia's voice say, always. So we know Leia dies in the next one.
Which she should have died in The Jedi Last.
The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi, sorry.
That's
sorry,
all right.
everybody. I've been reading William Shakespeare's The Jedi Last.
That's all right.
Jedi the Last.
Rilo Ken, people. And Ken and Ryu in Street Fighter.
Okay. One of the other things that I really liked about it was Yoda. Loved Yoda.
Yoda was a happy surprise.
As a Force ghost. Yeah. Dude, and him just being like, Luke, you're an idiot.
Yeah. You're still the boy staring off at the horizon.
Yeah. Never here.
Never here.
Never
I
here.
love that.
You're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
And him just like where Luke's like, I'm gonna burn this down. I'm gonna burn this down.
And he
like,
can't do it.
Yeah, he's like, no, I can't do it. And then
what was I thinking?
Yoda does all this stuff. It's like, boom.
And when Yoda says, she has got all the knowledge that she needs.
Yeah.
And it shows she took all the books out of the tree.
Yeah. And like, to me, it was just like...
Not a page turner, were they?
That, to me, was very redeeming. Like, in the William Shakespeare one, it was very redeeming to me. Like, that scene that he wrote out. And in the movie, too, you're just like, Luke, you know, that's what teachers are, or parents, or people are, is that you have failures. You have to be okay with failures, and that's fine. It's okay. You just want to make sure that they're better than you. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really liked the sage wisdom that he brought in. So to me, like, it was very redeeming, and I enjoyed that part about it.
Yeah.
And where as I was reading the William Shakespeare part, and then I was watching the movie, my thought turned to, this is a very underrated Star Wars movie.
That's
what I thought. Yeah, there's a lot of humor.
I'll give you that. It's underrated.
There's a bit too much humor. Luke being so cynical about it, where, but at the same time, you try and understand why he's so cynical about it, with his little spiel on, well, the Jedi, the Jedi allowed Darth Sidious to become powerful, and then a Jedi trained and brought about Darth Vader. And then she's like, no, wait. But a Jedi also saw the good in him, where you could see that Luke's mindset was, look at all the negative things about the Jedi that we're not as great as we are. And it's like, well, you can say that, but no, you can't. You can't 100% believe it, because there's so many redeeming qualities of the Jedi. Like, a Jedi saved your life. A Jedi saved Luke's life. A Jedi saved Leia's life. The Jedi saved those two by splitting them up. So it's like, you could see it, but you got to see the full picture, not just the cynical, bad stuff that the Jedi have always done, or the mistakes that they've made. They've made the mistakes. Yoda said that they've made mistakes, and you have to be okay with it.
And then he says, the greatest teacher, failure is. I love that, because Luke, you made a lot of mistakes. But dude, that's your teacher. Go back and learn from it.
And Yoda, he's 900 years old. He made some mistakes too. Look at what his force and him being the leader and all that stuff allowed Darth Sidious to grow. It's like, I don't know. Probably too deep for you, Jake, right?
No. No. Okay. No, I think you guys just went a little deep on this episode. Deep thoughts.
I totally did, because of these dumb books.
The return of deep thoughts, folks.
Yes. I do want to share one thing.
Look for it in the Ender's Game episode of last season.
Yes, deep thoughts. I really do want to share one thing.
Okay.
From this book, because I really love these books. It actually helps me like Shakespeare a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
How dare you? How can you not like Shakespeare?
Have you? When's the last Shakespeare play you've read?
I don't know. I still enjoyed the last one I saw.
Well, yeah, I don't mind watching. I just don't like reading them, because they're a little bit harder to read. Okay, this is Poe, and he's realizing Holdo's they're shooting out. They're shooting out, and he's finally realizing what Holdo's done.
Yeah.
And he says, because I thought this was really important. It says, Poe, I tread with heavy footsteps on the world. Presume I everyone hath heard of me. The mighty Poe, heroic he and brave. Hast thou not heard of all his mighty exploits? What vanity and self-importance this, while strong Vice Admiral Holdo hath revealed a path superior to mine in every respect, sans boasting, self-aggrandizing, and verily sans threatening mutiny. She hath a cunning plan pursued and realized. Poe, from this moment know humility. Know when to listen, how to calm thy rage. Know when another's thought should earn compliance. Know how to show correct obedience. Know that to lead shall following require. Man, deep thoughts, of course, deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts.
But, I really like that, because Leia was trying to teach him that.
Yeah.
Demoting him and saying, dude, get your head out of the cockpit.
Yeah.
When he was when Finn came and talked to him, he's like, oh, the lead ship is following us. Let's blow that up. No, I like your idea, but no, they'll just track it from another one.
Yeah.
So it's like, Poe, you saw his growth, where it was like, okay. Yeah, no. Luke, at the end, he's like, Luke's doing this for us so that we can escape.
Yeah.
And that's the wonderful thing about, his character. And
went out and fought in the First Order by himself with his laser sword.
Yeah. It was awesome.
His laser sword.
That's what he says at the beginning. What do you want me to do? Go face the First Order or go out by myself with my laser sword?
But yeah, that was some of my thoughts. So hopefully you guys all read those books. They're
Yeah. Okay, what cliffhanger?
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, cliffhanger. What do you think a cliffhanger is? Oh, my goodness.
Let's just say the end of the movie was the cliffhanger.
That's the end. When it shows that little kid going out to take the broom, and the broom just flies into his hand.
That's going to be awesome. Cliffhanger. Kylo Ren attempts to put an end to Luke with his lightsaber, but that Skywalker proves difficult to catch. Okay, they don't understand what a cliffhanger is.
Key moment.
Key moment.
Yeah.
What's your key moment?
That was the key moment.
The Kylo, the
no,
Luke?
I'm just saying for them that should be the key moment.
That should be the key moment. Yeah, that should be the key moment.
Yeah, I think that's a good key moment.
Key moment was...
I don't know. The key moment to me is the lady going through with... I love that. They're all getting destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're screwed. And then when they see that ship turn around, I'm like, oh, yes. She's going to ram them.
And like...
Then I think Star Trek too. But
the interesting thing about that too is like, oh, what are they going to do? Like... Hux is like, well, what are they going to do? They can't do anything. And then they finally realize, oh, she's jumping to light speed, and it's like, oh crap. Yeah.
So the key moment for me is probably Yoda teaching Luke, get your eyes off the horizon and focus on what's here. And that Luke did what he mockingly told Rey he didn't want to do, was go face the First Order with his laser sword. That's what he did. Yeah. He went out now granted he wasn't really there, but that was the key moment for me, was Yoda showing up.
But he knows he's going to become a Force spirit after that.
Does he?
I don't know if he does.
Oh, I don't know.
Do you think he does?
Was it in the books that he read that were super boring?
Because he shut himself off from the Force. And,
that's right.
And this was him rejoining the Force.
He rejoined it a little bit before that, though.
Did he?
Yeah. Don't you remember when Leia was in the hospital?
A little.
He was, what he did was because I think Rey really showed, like, when she said, I don't see you here.
Yeah.
I saw all this stuff in the Force, but I didn't see you. Yeah. You shut yourself off. And then he starts thinking. And then he comes in with the Force. He connects himself, and then Leia is in the hospital or laying on the bed, and she's Luke. And then Luke feels her.
Yeah.
Right? And then he sees Ren or Kylo and Rey gonna touch, and he's like, no. And then everything blows up in the back, and then he falls back because they're doing all that stuff. And then he holds the Force, and then he goes.
Still, the key moment is he's using the Force for the right reason.
Yeah. I'll give you that. Okay.
I think the key moment was when the boulder went down the hill and it scared those little dudes. Was that a comedic part, Jake? Did that work? I thought it was kind of funny.
That worked better than the Force stuff at the beginning.
I know.
Okay, key moment. Kylo accepts his destiny in a battle between Snoke and Rey, but a force of will splits Grandpa Vader's saber in half. Wait. That's Grandpa Vader's saber?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I thought that was Luke's. Cool.
So,
Grandpa Vader. She's a Skywalker. Grandpa Vader's.
Episode 3.
Vader's.
It's over, Anakin. I've got the high ground. You don't know my power. Then chops off all his limbs except his robotic arm. And then the scene they had to go back and reshoot because George forgot about it. Him picking up the lightsaber, in which he gives to Luke in episode 4.
Yeah.
Which then Luke loses in Empire Strikes Back when his hand gets cut off. It's explained in Legends what happens to it. It's not explained in canon how it ends up in the weird goggle ladies.
Oh, yes, please tell. Wait.
No, I can't. I don't know.
Okay, scene stealer then.
BB-8.
BB-8.
Mm-hmm. He's technically the hero of the story.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay,
Who?
What do you think?
I don't know.
Who's a scene stealer though? For you?
A scene stealer for me?
Yeah.
The general, I'm always going to go. That's the best memorable part for me.
Hold on.
Sorry.
And she's pretty.
I just thought of a new key moment for me.
Didn't she date?
Do you know who she
Cent?
is?
Yeah.
She's the lady in the Jurassic Park. She's
Laura Dern. Didn't she date 50 Cent?
I don't know.
I think she did.
I just thought of a new key moment.
Okay.
When Finn's doing his suicidal run into the cannon, and Rose comes and knocks him out.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Why'd
you do that? And she's like, you dummy. I was saving you.
That's right.
That's
And
cute.
We
then
do this for love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You save the things you love.
Yeah.
She kisses him, and that shows the difference between them and the First Order.
Right, because the First Order do it to kill you. Yeah.
That's a good key
That's
moment.
a good key moment.
I thought Yoda was a really key moment for me.
Yeah, well, that's what I said too.
Yeah, I agree with your key moment. Scene stealer. No, sorry. Scene stealer totally was Yoda for me. I know
He's
he was
in
only
one scene.
He's in one scene, but he stole that movie because it's so great.
So BB-8 figures out where leads them to get out of the prison.
Yeah,
because he takes out all the guards.
Right.
How? He fixes Poe's ship to be able to shoot the last cannon by sticking his head on the panel.
Wait, you wanted to talk about bombers?
How do the bombs fall in space?
I love it.
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
Because in the old Y-wing bombers, it shows them shooting the bombs off and them going in forward because of the trajectory of how they shoot the bomb.
But
hopefully they
be
have
fire
little
in
rocket
space,
jets
though?
that are pushing the bomb.
Can there be fire in space? I thought there wasn't enough oxygen for that.
True.
I'm just asking. No, I'm just asking.
No,
And there's no sound in space either, so.
Okay, so why are these all everything blown up with oxygen? I don't get with the fire.
Well, there's oxygen in the ships.
Okay,
That's true.
But still.
Oxygen is in the ship.
Yeah.
So that would create fire. It would
People
go
have
out.
to breathe.
It would go out pretty quickly.
okay, yeah.
Or maybe
Nothing
space was different a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
It's a galaxy far, far away. Okay, all right. Okay, I just had to ask.
But if it's a chemical fire, it can burn.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So,
But yeah, so
people, please comment. Let me know if a chemical fire can burn in space.
I wonder if that can.
and how do bombs fall from those bombers in space?
And how could they?
And why
Why
were
is
those
there
ships
just
so
one?
slow?
Why is there just so one that survived?
Because the
And why
TIE fighters.
didn't they make it easier to do the bombs from in deck? Why didn't they do that? Why did they have to have like two different people to do it?
Yeah, that's
weird.
it's weird. That those ships were weird.
Yeah, very weird. Very weird.
Okay, sorry.
Scene stealer, according to this, is Rose Tycho, who emerges as a reluctant turned valiant Shiro of the New Age. Yeah, she stole things, but
No, BB-8 showing up in the AT-ST at the end and shooting all the stormtroopers.
I agree.
Him, he walks the walker over to the Imperial shuttle.
Mm-hmm. Runs it over.
Yeah.
Runs it over.
Yeah.
Which is great, but yeah.
Him with the trash can on. It's funny.
Do you ever notice BB-8's speed is never the same? I mean, so when they're running away, it's Finn and Ray.
Yeah.
When they're running away in that thing, he's like rolling around like all. I'm like, go faster! Why you go faster? Because then you see him in other scenes, he's flying. I'm like, why is
there was sand stuck in him?
Okay, sand was holding him up.
Yeah. Him shooting that guard with all the coins that the drunk cool. Gambler shoved into him.
Yep, that was good.
So, anyways.
Okay.
Sorry. Yep.
Well, thank you for joining us. If you have any comments, please leave a comment about the podcast or the movie. Also, rate and subscribe for the podcast. So, thank you and have a good day.